Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
It is another edition of Riverbend Talent here on 107.1 FM, The Big Z. I'm Dennis Laird, a.k.a. Johnny Bash.
I am Pigpen, a.k.a. Pigpen.
And he stole that name.
I borrowed that name.
I kind of borrowed mine, too.
It's been public domain since 73 or so.
There you go. The voice. There we go. That is the dissident voice of Tyler Armstrong. Our guest tonight in the studio, we've got Tyler and TJ from Feel, and then Nick, who owns a studio with Tyler here in town that we're going to talk a little bit about. First, though, we got to say, this show's brought to you by Halpin Music Company.
That's correct, and they're having their Band Together program right now with Jupiter and Asumi. I assume that's how you say Asumi.
All right. What is the band? Tell us about the Band Together program.
Well, it's an upgrade for your band instrument, right? They give you a $100 rebate, 0% financing for 18 months. And you can just go down to Halpin and try one out.
There you go. I've always wanted a sousaphone. This is my chance. If I could just pick it up.
I always wanted to snuggle with Matt Van Voorhis and Macias Insurance.
I have snuggled with Matt Van Voorhis.
So jealous.
A lot. He is not a selfish lover. No, I don't know. I'm sorry, Matt. Matt is also our sponsor, Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. Call him up. He's a great guy and sexy as could be. No, I don't know where we're going with this anymore. It's all true, though. All true.
It is true. Thursday night in the Riverbend. Sea Shanty Sing-Along down at Morrison's Irish Pub.
That is true.
What's really cool about Thursday is the next day is Friday. And you know what Friday is? It's New Music Friday, if you feel.
All right. New Music Friday, Feel Friday.
Yeah, you can do it that way.
All right. I'm just trying to word it all together. I'm trying to string a few words together here. Maybe put a tune to it.
We'll get back to that in a minute.
All right. All right. We can come back to that. Let's talk about Lauren Waters, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Market at Milton. It's got to be the old Milton school there.
Their Halloween party they had last week was raging.
Yeah?
Just packed.
Yeah, did you go up to that? Check it out?
No, there's just so many pictures on the World Wide Web.
What is
Remember that? Yeah.
What in the world
that came before the net, and soon you'll be hooked to a blockchain. Isn't that weird how that all works out?
I'm hooked on a feeling. I don't know, man. I'm hooked on cannabis. I don't know what I'm hooked on. I'm hooked on all that stuff.
Well, you done crossed the line.
All right. They're going to be down at Fast Eddie's, I'm sure. I don't even have to look down at my paper. But when you say cross the line, I think Fast Eddie. So, yeah here we go. Cross Eddie's. Cross the line. 7 to 11 p.m. tonight at Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
I admit, I encourage you to cross the line.
The only way to know where the line is you got to cross it and then step back. That's the only way you know where the line is. As far as I know.
Open mics.
There's a bunch of them at the Ragin Cajun. There's one going on tonight at 9 p.m. So these open mics, it's not just for getting your tunes out. It's also a great way to meet musicians. If you got some tunes and you're looking for some people to back you up or get together and write tunes with people. So if you're a musician and you've been contemplating getting to an open mic night, I'm going to tell you do it tonight, man. At the Ragin Cajun, or at Baker's and Hale. You got an open mic with Everheart and Light that's happening tonight at Baker's and Hale. Get you some bacon jam burger. That's some good stuff.
It is, you're right.
So Tyler's over here going, I like the bacon jam burger. Poor Tyler.
Yeah. You don't know how poor.
Nah, he's a musician. I know exactly how poor.
He's giving up something major tonight to be here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to explain that in a minute.
All right.
Graham Pagano is up at George's Local Brew from 7 to 10, but maybe he went last night because what I'm going to mention next, this is Tyler's, one of his favorite bands are in town. Angel.
I was getting ready to say they're going to be in town tonight or tomorrow and Friday.
No,
I think
it's yesterday and today.
Yeah,
there you go.
I got invited to go, but I had too many things going on.
Tower, baby.
Oh yeah.
Punky Meadows. I said Pinky. Punky Meadows. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Punky's Whip, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Punky.
Oh, Punky. Yeah.
The reason I know that is because when I was over at the studio, I was bringing up that Carl Palmer was in town of the night of their original gig. Yeah. And Tyler's like, go to Carl Palmer. I understand if you can't come to our gig.
I totally understand.
But now, you guys are going to be Friday night, right?
No, we are still Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
So
okay. Well, I was hoping I could move it, but I guess it didn't work out.
No. Anyway. You can't win them all.
That's right. But
you
now
can't please all the people all the time, and all those people are always at my shows.
But now it's in Alton, though. That's way closer than Belleville.
That's you could walk in Alton. You're not walking to Belleville. Where are we at in Alton?
I could walk.
Where in Alton is the show?
The Conservatory.
No way. Nah, that place is great. Justin Level and all the cats down there doing a great job bringing some original music in a nice venue for the original bands to play at. So there you go. What else we got going on this Thursday evening other than Angel up at Wild E Theater? We got Bobby Rollins, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
Right. Blake Gardner and Philip Twitchell, 6 o'clock at Reese's Brewer in Edwardsville. Dave Mendoza, that's a good one, 7 o'clock at Deutz Village Inn in Pontoon Beach.
Right.
Mo Pleasure, 6 to 9 at Patrick's in Granite City. And I'm going to go with Andrew Dahl. Could be Dolly. 6
That's a
o'clock.
good buddy of mine.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Andrew Dahl.
Okay, I got it right.
The Black Dahlia.
Give me candy. Oh, that was last weekend.
Here you go.
Anyways.
What did you ask for?
Andrew Dahl's playing at 6 o'clock at Old Harold Brewery in
I've got a lollipop. Oh.
Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville, in case you didn't hear where Andrew Dahl was playing.
There you go. Sorry, Andrew. You're going to do a great job tonight, buddy. Keep it up.
So there's our Thursday. Now let's...
You know Andrew?
I do very well.
You know, yeah? Well, and tell us about it. He's not listening. Give us the truth about
He's
Andrew.
just a really good singer-songwriter. He's 6'8".
Well, okay. And you know what? I love Andrew Dahl. Every time I've seen him, I do not start any trouble with this guy.
Yeah. But he's great. Great songwriter, great singer.
Excellent. Where's he from, you know?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. We're going to have to hook up with Andrew Dahl and see what he's all about. I have yet to hear him. So what have you been up to, Mr. Tyler Armstrong?
Trying to sleep lately.
Well,
but,
if you want, you can go ahead and take a nap while we read the Friday gigs. I'll wake you up when it's over.
No, just gigging a whole bunch, working with the studio, and now I'm here.
So you say first of all, playing a lot. You're with the band Feel.
Yeah, I play with Feel. I play with the local cover band that's Cajun Classic, the Skylark Brothers.
Yep, Jack Tweston.
Yeah, Jack Tweston, Dave Toretta, and all those dudes.
Heck yeah.
That's pretty much what I'm doing with live music right now. And Nick, who's we run a studio together in Alton. It's kind of a private studio. We work with quite a few artists out there and do our own music there and whatnot. So that kind of takes up a lot of my time.
Sure. Mm-hmm. You could walk in the studio just to jack around for an hour, and all of a sudden the sun's come up and down twice.
Pretty much.
And you don't. It's like going into Pops. You don't even know.
Yeah.
How many days has it been?
And then you've missed your deadline, and people are mad, and yeah, it happens.
I don't have deadlines. I just get lost for days. So, next to you we got TJ. What's going on, Mr. TJ?
Yeah.
We got to hold on. Here we go. Let's try it again. Say it again.
Hello.
There you
yes.
are. Oh yeah,
Here
now I can hear you. How you doing, man?
Good.
Welcome
Good.
to the station.
Yeah, good to be here. Good to meet you all.
Your first time being in here?
Yes.
It's a trial by fire, man. I'm sorry for anything that happens in the next 50 minutes.
I
will apologize now.
Yeah.
My hands reach that far. You don't even know what's going to go on yet. Don't say you can handle it. we don't know
where Tyler between us, so I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Blocker.
That's a good idea.
Blocker. Anyway.
Tyler already knows. Watch out for this guy.
TJ's the drummer for Feel, right? You play the drums for Feel. And then just beyond him, we have Mr. Nick. Hello, Nick.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing good. And you are an owner of the Harbor Studio along with Tyler here, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. It's just a spot on my property that we kind of got our minds together, our gear together, and just started making music. It's been about a year now, and so just happy to support Feel and other artists coming through. It's been pretty awesome, man.
Nice.
Nick was also a previous member of the band Feel, right?
Yeah. So we were in a band in college, and then with both of these guys, and then I was in Feel for a little bit, a couple years ago, and then. Stepped away, but now I'm just like the biggest fan in the world.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you play from time to time, right?
I do. A lot of my own stuff. I've got a band called the Anchor Company, too. I'm just kind of a fun celebration band. And then I kind of try and write some songs and keep my feet wet with that.
Right on, the
Do
Anchor
some,
Company.
Do some solo acoustic then every now and again, huh?
Yeah. I just started booking music up at Post Commons. They're trying to get a music night going on Wednesdays, so from 5 to 7. So any artists that want to get in on that, just reach out to me. But yeah, they're doing pizza up there on Wednesdays as well. My buddy Rory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
very popular.
It's the happening place right now. We just wanted to kind of create some space for more original music. So
Yeah, and that is they've been doing music up there sort of on and off since it's been the Post Commons, but that can be a tough room if you've got a live act in the big room there. That if you don't have enough people, if you got enough people in there to absorb it all, not a bit. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, so I think part of that is we're making a few improvements with the room, like some acoustic treatment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just kind of having a little bit of knowledge on like sound reinforcement and live sound. Like obviously you're not going to add reverb in a room like that, so
Right.
it's kind of playing to the room and sort of learning how to deal with that. So we've done it, and we've had pretty good results, but it's just constantly improving. So I think give us a year, it's going to be a pretty happening place as far as live music goes.
I guess the couple of times I've been involved in music up there, I felt like the issue was that wasn't the room. It was a little bit of the room, but somewhat of the bands too. If we could just bring the volume down, we would all be fine. But when you've got it booming in a big room like that, it becomes a bit of an echo chamber. But like you say now, I've seen jazz bands in there that just kill it. They tear it up in the same room. It's the rock bands that seem to be louder that I sometimes go, oh, it's got a bit of a slap back going on around here.
I think a huge part of that is having an experienced drummer, and not
There
to
you
say
go.
that bands
There
that
you
go
go.
through there.
That's loud.
Phil practiced in there a couple weeks ago, and I got the pleasure of sitting in and listening to that. And TJ, who's a phenomenal drummer, just kind of managed cymbal noise and kind of brought the kit to life in a way in that room. So it can be done, and
Finesse.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
You got to finesse it in that room if you got a kit going. It seems like, but even I can't remember which band it was. I saw a band in there. It was a full band, and their bass player was just so loud. It's like, wow, I can barely hear the drums for the bass player. What's going on here, man? But again, that's not all the room's fault. That's sometimes the issue of decibel level. Could be anywhere. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely.
So there you go. Hey, let's why don't we jump back into these Friday gigs because we got.
It's New Music Friday.
It is new.
Friday.
Tell me about New Music Feel Friday.
I will tell you about it, but these guys could tell you about it more than me. I do
Well,
know
all
that
right.
they've been putting out singles here quite often
Well, let's find
over
out.
the last few weeks.
Let's find out more. For more, Camera 2 is going to Tyler Armstrong.
That's right.
I don't know.
And we talked about this when we was over at the studio. They like to just release singles, which I think is a really good idea.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on that a little?
Unless you have an album that is a concept album or songs that tell a story strung together, why?
Well, yeah.
Not much point.
I mean, it's kind of a logistics thing. It's we live in the world of ADHD. You can release an album, an EP. Your best friends will listen to it twice, and then they kind of forgot about it. So what about the rest of the world?
Mm-hmm.
So the best way to really market something, if we're thinking about it from a business sense, is bam, 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 bam. And it just allows you to release more content over a period of time. So basically what we do every 6 to 8 weeks right now is release an A and B side single, so 2 singles, and release content in between that. And so tomorrow, November 5th, is when the next ones will be released.
Okay.
So yeah, those will be out there. We'll have content after that, and the first ones did very well as far as the first singles with this new iteration of the band, because we were on hiatus for quite a while. But yeah, that's kind of what we're doing, and keeps people's attention and keeps everybody excited. That's really the whole thing. Is there's a lot of great bands out there that release great music, but people forget about them just merely because they're forgetful.
Because there's something new every second being pushed at you.
Sure, yeah.
So every Friday you're putting something out?
Not every Friday. It's typically every 6 to 8 weeks.
Every 6 to 8 weeks.
It'll fall.
On a
I'm like,
Friday.
how in the heck can you keep that schedule up,
Yeah.
man?
If we tried really hard, we probably could, but we have enough stuff. But
Well, putting out new material keeps your Google search relevant.
yeah, well, and I mean, it's we have a great
Yep.
team. So the cool thing about Harbor, it's not only a studio, it's actually there's production behind it and media and things like that. So it's nice to be a part of that in general because we fall under that umbrella. And we have a great friend named Cam Alvers. He runs the Shift Agency, and he's kind of the social media and media in general guru, and he's kind of taught us simple things like that, it just makes sense. The more you're posting, the more you're releasing music, it makes the machine, it fills their belly. So it's like, oh, we want you at the top of the menu. So that's kind of the business side behind it. And we just like the idea of, doing things a little bit differently than what had been done for a while. And that's kind of evident in our music as well. But just the way we go about things, people just release EP after EP and every 2 years. And it's like, man, I forgot about you.
Mm-hmm.
And that sucks. But,
Yeah.
and we've been a part of that too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're kind of
yeah.
going back to the way things might have been. And it's like, okay, here's a single. And until things really pick up, there's no reason to do an album.
Yeah.
It was back in 2018 when you released the 5-song EP, right? A band called Peel.
Yeah.
Right.
Excuse me.
So that was the first release. So how long have you guys been together before that?
Oh, pretty much then. I mean, we were a different band prior to that.
Yeah.
But that was a different lineup. And we kind of became that band while recording it. But yeah, after after Nick left the group because he's a pop now. We kind of took some time and looked at things a little bit differently and just reevaluated how we wanted to do things, what that was going to look like, and it was pretty a fruitful thing.
Well, and even how we wanted to sound too. 'Cause
Sure.
that changed quite a bit from the original EP, which is why we really don't like. I don't even think those songs are released anymore. We don't really have them out because the new iteration is probably more of what we wished we would have put out than just as far as us making more of the sonic decisions with like how our
more
stuff
so
sounded.
the
and-
production
yeah,
side
the
of it rather than
production
who
side
was
of
in
it.
the band.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, that sounds so familiar, doesn't it, Big Pen?
Sure does for a lot of
But that
people. Yeah.
that's another cool thing about what we do in Feel is everything besides mastering is done in-house with media and production. The recording was all done by us. And luckily we all have a lot of experience, whether it's through literal experience in studios or literal experience and education with audio and things of that nature. Without patting myself on the back too much, we're all pretty proficient in what we do. So that helps out a lot. But when you can extend to being able to do things,
This guy's just full of himself. Oh, no, I'm just teasing.
some might, I've heard it,
Just teasing you there, Tyler.
well,
No, but
it's one of those things when you can cook the meal and eat it. It's you can just do a lot more with it
Yeah.
Well, and
save money.
And I was going to say, you can save a lot of money because you're not paying by the minute
Sure, yeah.
to be in there, and it does give you more control.
Yeah, 100%.
It gives you control over the time factor where you're not like, oh man, we've only got an hour left. We've got to get this done, or we're out of money. If you have your own studio, it can be hard to wear multiple hats and be running wires and pushing buttons and then think about playing the song right. But again, there's nobody pushing you to make it sonically different than what you're hearing.
Sure.
Well,
And on the other hand, too, we are pushed in a certain way to get things done because we're not paying somebody to do it. We've worked with some big producers, some big engineers and things like that, and they have to get something done because they're getting paid. That's their job, and we can complain if not. With us doing it's going to be really easy to procrastinate, and that was something with COVID that I was a little bit disappointed with. I thought when COVID, I mean, it's still going on, of course, but when it ended, that really big first wave, basically coming into summer 2021, I was like, man, I can't wait to hear all the music that's released.
right.
And it's like, There's hardly any. So instead of people taking that time, as far as I know, to be working on music and getting ready to release it, there's nothing. So we made promises to ourselves. Nick always he kind of instilled this in me a long time ago. It's like, if you put a date and your signature on it, you have to do it. Because what's worse than breaking a contract to yourself? So there's both sides to it. Yeah, we can relax and have control, but we also have to be more responsible because we can't just kick back and,
Nothing to get done.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Which is super. That's the easiest thing to do, is to do nothing.
That was the thing I said as the vid rolled in back in 2020.
Yeah.
I said, well, the great thing is there's going to be so much art, so much music, because people aren't going to be forced to go to work and do all these other things. And I'm as guilty as everybody else that, I picked up my guitar. Yeah, I might have wrote a couple of songs, but not like what you would think when a year goes by.
Yeah.
There should have been a new tune every week pumping out.
It's amazing what we don't do with free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
a lot of Pornhub. No, I don't.
we heard whispers from a lot of the cover bands talking about finally writing some songs, which got us excited. We're like, they'll have time.
Or learning new songs.
Right, or learning new songs, exactly. Exactly, which I don't think either one really happened.
But we all watched Tiger King, though, so that
Tiger
was
King
cool.
2 coming out November 17th.
Oh, man.
The Baskins are suing over it, man.
Yeah.
They say the first one it made them look bad. I didn't see it. I thought they would look great in it.
I'll still eat their ice cream. I don't know what you're talking about, but
I'll still eat
I
their
like
Tiger
Baskin
burgers.
Ice cream, that's good stuff.
I'll take a big cat burger to go.
So I was about to try to find out what the next single is going to be called.
So that's coming out tomorrow.
Do we get to know, or is that super
No, we're
top
not
secret?
secretive people at all. I mean, I already showed you one of them.
I know. I don't remember
I'm
the
not
name
good
of
with
it,
surprises. So tomorrow the singles are going to be Hands in My Pocket and Make You Mine.
Oh, so two of them.
Yeah,
Cool.
so we're always going to do, I mean, as of right now, the A and B-ish sort of
Seems like
idea.
those two do have sort of a concept of working together. Like if I got my hands in my pocket, what's the other one?
Make You Mine.
Oh, I make my, yeah.
I want to stretch as far as that. It's a concept, except that
They work together well.
It does sound like us.
Look, here you go.
But,
So I'll put my hand in my pocket. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
I'm just trying to learn the words to the songs, bro.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that, but
I'm sorry. I was just taking a guess.
You were close though to bringing up their last dual release, which was Brother. He said Bro. So
yeah, bro. Yeah,
he was close.
In the Garden and Brother.
In the Garden, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So how far back was that?
September 24th.
Okay.
Yeah. And those were kind of the ones that we decided, because we have a lot of the songs done, right? And we don't want to save the best for last, save the best for first, because that just doesn't make sense when we're releasing music. But we wanted to release the first two that would kind of turn some heads. And from what we've heard, the response, in a lot of ways worldwide, it's turned some heads in some good ways, for a lot of reasons. But to put it lightly, they jam kind of hard, especially Brother if you're into things getting a little heavy.
For 8 minutes.
Yeah, or if you can sit for 8 minutes and listen to people,
Love it.
musically jerk off, then it's probably a good song for you.
There you go.
But
8
Big
minutes.
Ben's getting really excited now.
I don't want to say how excited, but I'm almost there.
It's not like Europe 72 jam. It's like it's, which I love.
Yeah.
It's more of Free if they jammed a little bit longer.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Paul
Yeah.
Rogers. There we go.
Yeah.
I can dig on that.
Yeah, man.
So there you go, man. And that is coming out. Those two singles, the A and the B side single, hitting tomorrow, and you're going to drop that where? On Facebook, on YouTube,
Every available platform.
every available platform. There you go, man. So watch out for that tomorrow.
So just to catch me up here, so the previous EP, right? So is everything going to be released in the same place as that was? Because, when I Googled it, it was under that, a band called Feel, right? So is that...
Actually, as much as I'm involved with the band, I don't remember.
Okay. I was just
is
curious.
it under the same, or is
No.
it a new Spotify
Yeah.
artist thing?
I think
basically?
on all the services it's not. I don't even know if that EP, like it's supposed to not even
Really?
be on the services anymore. It might still be on YouTube.
But that made you guys a verified artist, right?
I think
That's what it
we're now
says.
as well.
For
Yeah, I think the new page is 2 now.
Okay.
But it's
Well,
the new singles and the last ones we did, they're on like a new page. I'm pretty
Well, and
Okay.
the reason why we did that is
Trying to
because they're-
distance yourself from that EP, aren't you?
I can get you a bootleg copy if you want.
Well, but that's the thing. It's just they're so vastly different sonically.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, if that's the formation of the band, that's kind of the foundation in that way. But the band itself doesn't even look the same way anymore. So that's kind of why we did that.
And we don't play like the old song. Like we're not
Yeah.
really considering them.
But that EP was a whole lot of fun to make and play when we did.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And some of the people that listen to it are going to be coming up at shows and saying, "Hey, man, play that song."
And I'll be like, "Hey, man, sorry."
But we can play Paranoid if you want. No. So tell me about being a verified artist. Isn't that so many plays you got to get or something on Spotify? I don't know.
I don't know.
I was just curious
I'm not quite sure.
because I seen that and I was like, I think
I
there's
mean,
something
I'm not-
to that.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk ourselves down by any means. We have a lot of faith and positivity and confidence in the group, as well as a lot of the people that listen to us. But I don't know if being a verified artist is all that hard to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it
just
might
being
just,
straight up.
Yeah, I think if you're just connecting, if you connect it with socials and
Seems
other
like Nick
stuff.
knows.
Yeah, well, just because we deal with this like with the record label,
Right.
studio
We like to
stuff.
teach here, so
Yeah, so it's honestly Spotify kind of changed the game in a lot of ways, and unfortunately now you pay to become a verified artist.
But does that
so-
help you get seen?
It used to. I don't
Okay.
think much anymore because there's bands that literally haven't released a song that are verified artists.
Wow.
So it's all Spotify's kind of like a big Rubik's cube, honestly, between the algorithms, playlists, junk like that. And so, honestly, as artists, as producers, record labels, things like that, as the little guy in this situation, I think everyone's just trying to figure out how to get this like very good product in front of people.
Right.
So honestly, I think it's just sweat equity, like what they're doing here today, what you guys are doing promoting local music is just like getting it in people's ears and, talking the
I agree.
schnizzle out of it,
Yeah.
So you
Public radio, right?
you pay to be a verified artist, and you're saying there's verified artists with nothing to show. Why
Come
would-
on, Pigpen. You know
why-
you got at least 10 bands out there you haven't put nothing out with, and you're verified.
None of them were verified. I didn't pay for them to be verified. If they're hey,
Yeah, I don't know. I
look,
don't remember.
I
Don't play innocent.
I name 10 bands a day that I'm not in. It's true. But that doesn't matter. I'm not paying to verify any of those made up
Well,
bands that I have.
It's one of those things, though. Spotify has made it so that is a requirement.
I
To the
see.
point is, if you don't have to do it, but if people don't see verify that little blue check mark
Yeah.
or whatever it is, well, what's the point in listening? So it's all some baloney.
Right, yeah.
Well, I
But
think it's
you
through
know,
the distributors a lot of times. Like we didn't
Okay.
actively pay. Like Spotify's like, hey, do you want to be verified? Here's pay $20, whatever. Like I think it's just through who we use for distributing.
I got you.
They have
There you go.
automatically
A
set
selling
that way.
point for them,
Yep.
too. Yeah, we'll make you a
Absolutely.
verified artist. You
Yeah.
sign with them.
Distribution, just like social media, is like evolving like crazy.
It is.
And yeah, even so, like since when Field released that EP in 2018 or whatever, it's crazy different now.
Yeah.
In 2021, like, and everyone's just trying to figure it out. And I love it, like when stuff can cut through the noise and finds its way to the right people.
Right,
So-
yeah.
And it wasn't that many years ago. All of, distribution was an impossibility unless you were one of the two distributors.
Yeah.
You brought up Europe '72. The Grateful Dead broke out and got their own record label, put out 2 albums on it. Mars Hotel, Wake of the Flood. Nobody's heard of them. Nobody knows anything about them because the distributor said, "Nah, great."
we do.
Great. Well, we do. Yeah, Deadheads do, but I mean, like they never made
Yeah.
it into a record store when they were brand new. They never made it on, and the distributors just went, "Great, you made a record. Who cares? We won't put it. We'll do nothing with it." Well, the digital era has changed that. We are all distributors now.
Yeah.
And there's the good and the bad about that. The good is that we're not. You don't have to have a record contract to get your stuff distributed to the world. The bad is there's so much stuff out. There's so many verified artists that you can't sift through the minutia.
Well,
let alone the unverified. We won't even discuss them.
That's the kind of the mindset we have with things, just about music in general, but especially with feel, and anything that Nick and I do. But yeah, especially with feel, is that because I'm not going to say because anybody can do it. A lot of people say, well, anybody can do music now with their computer, even if they're not good. It doesn't matter. Jimmy Page always said, there's no rules to music. Everything's right. You may not dig it, but who cares?
Right.
So my point isn't saying because everybody can do it, but because there is so much of it and there is not nearly as much purity to music being put out, we kind of thought, man, we really just need to be true. We need to be right on with ourselves and kind of just hone in on our influences rather than saying, well, let's do this and this other thing because that's what we see other people doing and it might go far. Well, they already did it, so they're already going to be the biggest ones doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, Greta Van Fleet. I'm not the biggest Greta Van Fleet fan.
Zeppelin already did it.
Well, but even so, a lot of people didn't know that when Greta Van Fleet came out. Like, high school girls don't know who that is. College girls might know who Led Zeppelin is now. But my point in
College
saying
girls
is,
must be dumb.
I'll get to that in a second. Full circle. But anyway, my point being is that Led Zeppelin is. I mean, at the end of the day, it's our band. That's the band we really are into, among 1,000 other bands. But my point in saying that is if we were to come out and try to be like, oh, Greta Van Fleet's doing Zeppelin-like riffs, their singer is doing a Robert Plant thing, well, why? So my point in saying all of this in the digital age, it's so easy to put music out, but we're kind of making it a little bit harder, per se, by honing in on our influences and recording music the way they did and trying to go with a mindset. Not because they did it, but because we agree with that mindset. We're not trying to be Zeppelin. We're trying to think like the people were doing back then. So when people say rock and roll has died, music's not the same that it used to be, it's just not true. People just aren't putting forth effort into finding it or making it.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit difficult the way we're doing it because not everything is track live, but most of the rock sounding songs we track live. There's very minimal overdubs except ones that are clearly obvious. We're mixing it all ourselves with minimal plugins, and it's as analog as we can make it. And we're playing as a group, and you can hear it. And it's
not closeted.
It's not to a click. It's not edited. So that's my rant.
Okay.
But see now you were saying how Zeppelin influenced you, or they did play to a click. The click of John Bonham. He was perfect. He was perfect.
No doubt.
So there you go. That is Tyler Armstrong from Feel, and man, they
were scheduled to play down in Belleville this Saturday, right at the Lincoln Theater with Chrome and Steel, Steve Scorpina.
Right.
But now that's been moved to the Conservatory this Saturday with a couple other bands, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let's run through Friday real quick.
Let's do it.
All right, so they got Phantasmagoria Folklore and Local Legends Reception at Jacoby's Arts Center in Alton. Remember those guys?
Yeah. Yep, right on. And then we also got 33 on the Needle, Rollo, Tomasi, and Astral Moth, 8 p.m. at the Conservatory going on tomorrow night.
Right, pianos down at Ragin, Cajun, Boderline at Fast Eddie's, Dueling Pianos 7 to 10 at the Lodge at Lovejoy in Alton, Pat Liston at Chubbys in Alton, Mama's Pride right there.
Head down and get you a Chubby burger.
6:30 on Friday night. There you go, man. Got some blue mist going in the background too.
And it wasn't me this time, see?
This next guy's psychic.
All right.
Rick Forsee. Trio. Apparently, right? That's what that means. Okay, never mind. Anyway, down at Chez, Maryland. I always tell him I'm the funny one, but he thinks he is. But.
A joke. Okay, there you go. Rick Forsee.
Said that's pretty funny. Did you hear that?
That is funny. Okay. I'm still laughing.
Right, okay.
We got Money Shot, 7 to 11 at Baker's, Hale, and Godfrey.
Lazy Lester, 8 o'clock at Martin's Tunes and Eats. That's formerly Chico's in Wood River. Scott Laytham and Carl Holmes, 7 o'clock at the Moose in Wood River on Friday. And Flip the Frog, 5:30 to 8 at the Moose Car Cruise in Edwardsville.
We got Jack Tweston
and Tyler
Brothers. Yeah. And the Sky. See how I did that? I said
See, it
his
was
name
listed-
real loud. They go, it's in the Skylark Brothers.
Yeah. It was listed two different ways. I seen it on Jack posting it, and then I seen on the Stagger Inside it just said Jack Twesden, so I didn't know being the Stagger it could be, right? So, but you said you're playing, right?
Tomorrow, it's like so Stagger's only doing happy hour right now.
Right, yeah, 5 to 8.
And actually, their kitchen caught on fire a couple weeks
I
ago.
heard about that, yeah.
So they're kind of down and out for a little bit with stuff, but tomorrow's just going to be like Skylark Brothers -1. So it's
Okay.
going to be like a trio or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'll be there.
Okay, Tyler's in.
Skylark
And
Brothers
everyone else should
-1.
get there to help them out, man, if they just had a fire.
Yeah.
they need some beer sales.
There's a possible benefit in the works.
Okay,
for it.
cool.
The Stagger, they deserve it.
Absolutely.
We noticed they hung on for a while before they started having shows, and we were disappointed because we love the Stagger Inn.
Oh, it's my
Yeah.
favorite place in the world to play, no doubt.
Well, they've got the separate listening room from the bar, so you want to talk in the bar going
And it
in
sounds
there.
different in both rooms.
It
It's
does,
super
and
strange.
it really you gotta love that. So
Yep.
there you go. We got Graham Pagano. We don't know who the heck that guy is, but anyway, he's playing up at Big Daddy's tomorrow night, 6 to 9 p.m. Greg Warzel, 7 to 10 p.m. The Outlet at Edison's in Edwardsville.
Legendary Butch Moore and Alan White, 6 o'clock at Reese's Brewery in Edwardsville. And then you get a, Rock Bottom
Yeah,
at Patrick's in Granite City, and then check out that next one.
scruffy looking nerf herder. Oh man, who's my nerf herder? You my nerf herder. Right on, man.
That's
the
what Bill Pisa-
looking nerf herder.
That's what Bill Pisa goes by when he's
There you
solo.
go. I like it, man. He's happening 8 to 11 at Nick's
That's
in
right, that's
Granite
right.
City. There you go.
He caught the reference.
Yeah.
What is it?
I think it's one of the
Star Wars.
movies.
Yeah, Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scruffy
Captain
looking
Kirk's
nerf.
I thought it was your nickname in high school.
that too.
That's what they called me in prison.
Let's see, Colossal Wreck doing it at Deutz in Pontoon Beach, starting at 8:30 to midnight 30. Strange Buffalo, 6 o'clock at Old Harold Brewery in Collinsville on Friday. John Evans at George's Local Brew. Jonathan Baker at Aries, 3 to 7 in Grafton. Steve Mellis doing his open mic at the Hog Pit on Friday night. And now we're up to The Intrusion, who we had on recently. They're playing their Road to Point Fest Round 1, Session 1.
Yeah.
With Misplaced Religion, Ton on All Sides, Atlas on Fire, and Gray Flower. You can check out more of that on our YouTube video that we did with the Intrusion, and all that's at cottonmouth.org, and they're playing at Pops in Chez. So get out and support. And then there's the RU Experience Hendrix tribute. That's brave.
That is very brave.
That's brave.
Yeah, you better be able to play a git fiddle if you're going to claim that.
But they got Mr. Greg Morrison Walk On playing with them. So
Okay.
if things go bad, Greg's going to handle it.
He's going to walk on.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
That's it. 8 o'clock at the Diamond Music Hall in St. Peter's.
Yeah,
That takes
there's a
care
lot of
Friday.
bands that are hard to tribute, but that would be you better have bring your A game with that one, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is your Friday night in the
It
River
is.
Bend area, man. What do we got going on Saturday? Let's blaze through that so we can
Okay.
be done with the business end of the business.
Right,
end.
the Owlz Club Fall Fest with the Owlz Band. Who else? Right, 8
sounds
o'clock.
right.
That's on Blair in Alton, and tickets are $10 for a single, 15 for a couple, and that includes dinner, which starts at 6 o'clock for the Owl Club Fall Fest with the Owlz Band.
There you go. Double owls. I once ate an owl. They're tasty. I don't know. Anyway, Fireside singer.
No,
what?
Look at it like math.
Oh, Fireside minus singer equals this is the greatest math ever.
Yeah.
Tiles, 8 p.m. at Chez, Maryland. So I guess the singer for Fireside was just like, I got better stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know,
You know
he's
how he
got a
was the
chip.
other night,
He's got
yeah.
a chip on his shoulder. It's a little like conjoined twin named Chip. No, I don't know.
We got a little Fireside interview coming your way in the near future.
Yeah, we just had them guys in there. Now who's this next band?
Well, I've heard of them.
Feel with Pioneer Salesman and Emily Ho.
That's not how you say
I
it.
don't know.
Ho.
Ho. Oh, see, now I didn't want to call her that, but if you're going to call her a ho, then that's fine.
I can't believe I actually did not mean to say ho. It's how. Emily How. I'm sorry.
Well, you're
Emily.
going to have to answer to Emily.
Wow, we totally trusted
I
him.
do apologize.
So Feel, Pioneer
She
Salesman,
is-
and
she
Emily
is
Ho.
not that. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Poor Emily.
She's an amazing singer-songwriter is what she is. She's the next thing, I promise.
Now, where's
And
she
not
out
a
of?
hoe.
Is she from
How?
Springfield, or was that just a
she's
gig I seen you
basically,
guys
she's
play?
right outside of Petersburg, in a Springfield called Petersburg, but she goes to the U of I in
Okay.
Champaign. Yeah, but
She's got a little road trip to come down.
Yeah, so she works with Harbor.
Okay.
So she actually has a single coming out on November 19th.
Nice.
That we did, and yeah, she'll be down at the Stagger gig as well, and then she'll open up the show.
Nice.
Yeah, Emily, how?
Thank you.
Not hoe.
Yes, like how are you doing?
How are you doing?
There was a picture with that same spelling. They called him Huff, so I wasn't sure if it was Huff for a minute.
I thought it was.
He was a knuckleballer. Just saying.
So was I. Before I was a fluffer. I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore.
That's a type of pitch in baseball.
I
You don't know sports.
Yeah, I thought it was a job.
Right.
Anyway, Naked Soul 2 to 6
Yeah.
p.m. and then Boderline 7:30 to 11:30 down at the Fastidis Bonaire.
Grand Band is back on Saturday at Chubbys from 6 to 10.
Give me a
Pianos
check.
down at the Ragin Cajun. That's back. And then Dueling Pianos 7 to 11 at Baker's and Hale and Godfrey. You know, Peel ought to get pianos in the band. Sounds like that's becoming a popular thing these days.
Yeah.
Can you play a little piano, Tyler?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, sort of, but Dylan and Roger in the band can. And,
Yeah?
it's something we'll incorporate, B3 and Wurlitzer and that kind of stuff
Oh.
in the future.
Big Finn's
There
getting
you
a
go.
little stiff.
I'm a fan.
Cool.
I'm a fan. There you go. So, man, you have you checked out any of the Kumar gear? Man, they make these organ clones, the Hammond B3
Okay.
clone. Oh, it is so it's so good. I mean,
Yeah,
and
I'm
so
not
much
familiar
easier
with
to carry around than a Hammond B3, but they truly sound good. You know what I mean? Because most of those, they tried. They're like, oh, we got the Hammond B3 sound in our
Well,
Casio.
So
Not
much
quite.
of that is putting it in an actual Leslie.
Yeah.
So much of that B3 sound is.
It is, and I'm a huge fan of Leslie's. I think everybody in the band should have at least one Leslie hooked
At
up to
big
them.
enough gigs, I run a Leslie for my guitar rig. Yeah.
I right now I'm running doing ABY where one's heading to a Leslie and one's heading to a little Fender Champ, but then I usually just both of them at the same time. And
Cool.
anything to make it swirl and anything where I can hit one note and it sounds like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You put enough effects on it, you just hit a C, and people are like, "Ooh, that sounds good."
Yeah.
So, there you go. So there, where are we at here on our
We're
Saturday
at
evening?
Mr. Dustin Coleman, 8
There
to
you
11
go.
at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto on Saturday. Eric Ryan, 1 o'clock, and Selena and the Cats, 8 o'clock at Martin's Tunes and Eats in Wood River on Saturday. DJ Atacat at the Franchise at 10 o'clock, and then Chicken Switch Acoustic, 4 to 8, and Throw the Horns, 9 o'clock at the Pump House in Wood River on Saturday.
See, that Throw the Horns always. I got to go see those guys. I'm assuming they're heavy and it's
Yeah, it
like
sounds
throw
like a
the
metal
horn.
band,
But then
yeah.
it's I like horns. So are they going to have a horn section? Hey, yo, bro, throw the horns, man. That would be cool too. I don't know.
I seen an interview with Dio today. I seen an interview, ironically, with Dio today, and he was like, man, all them hair bands just totally ruined hard rock. He's like, they lumped us in with that stuff when MTV came out, and it's like, then they all started doing what I was doing, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty much what happened, ain't it?
Singing about rainbows and unicorns or whatever.
Have you ever seen a unicorn poop ice cream?
Yes, I have. You're in heaven when you see that.
You watch a lot of YouTube, too.
I
Yeah, anyways. Isaiah Christian, 7 to 10 at George's Local Brew in Jerseyville. The Southwestern School Foundation for Educational Excellence Scholarship Benefits. See, I needed to go there.
Yeah.
I need some education. But this is Flatliner's last show, and they're raising money for the scholarships, and it's a $30 deal with dinner included, and that's at Grafton Winery at 6 o'clock.
and last chance to see Flatliner before they hang it up. So there you go.
Speaking of benefits, how about the Special Olympics benefit dance? The Salty Dogs putting that on, Motorcycle Group, and Money Shot playing that at the American Legion in Edwardsville on Saturday. I'm going to make you say this next one.
All right, where are we at? We are Jack Seamusberger. There we go.
I don't think there's a sh in there at all. It's S-E.
Seamusberger.
Semmelsberger.
Look,
Semmel
Oy
Burger.
vey! I see a shut in there.
Anyways, that's at the Stagger Inn on Saturday, 5 to 8. So
Hey,
go
hey,
there
hey.
and find out how to say his name.
Hey, Jack, I'm gonna give you a word of advice. Pick a stage name, bro. Like Jack the Black. I don't know anything.
That's
Jack,
taken, I think.
Not just Jack Black. Yeah,
That's all you
Jack
gotta do to
the
change it these
Black in
days.
there. You know how your Google search is gonna come up. You're already dang near a star, man.
Okay.
You know, people don't know how to work this world. What else we got going?
Bobby and Jimmy Rollins, 2
There you
o'clock at the
go.
Foundry Public House in Edwardsville
That's dang near
on
half
Saturday.
a Beowulf there.
That is. Butch Moore, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Here it is. Carl Palmer's ELP Legacy, 8 o'clock at the Wild E Theater in Edwardsville.
Yeah.
And he's
back,
got
my
a couple.
friend.
Yeah, he's got a couple young guys playing with him that are pretty amazing too. So I
If
don't
you're
know.
gonna play Toccata, you better be amazing.
I still haven't got my ticket because I'm thinking Theo's going to be in Alton now
well,
on Saturday night.
and you
But
got
how many
that.
times is Carl? Are you guys going to live for a while? Because I don't know
Carl
about.
Palmer's probably not. I mean, chances are
That's
there's
what it-
less chance. to see this
Unfortunately,
guy.
that's what it comes down to.
It does.
I miss Stevie Ray Vaughan by that much.
Just go see Carl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really like Tyler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I don't. If you could see what's going on under the table, you'd know how much.
He knows how much Carl
Both my
Palmer
hands are
means
under
to
there.
the music world.
Yeah.
This dude's a monster, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Brain salad surgery.
Oh. I like that Isle of Right concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything off the Isle of Right, but the Pink Floyd one is my favorite. still to this
ELP's my
day,
favorite.
man.
Oh man, and that's where I my eyes bugged out when I seen Carl Palmer do his thing. I was like, whoa, who is this guy?
The free set on there is good too, but Joni Mitchell opened that show.
Wow.
Wow,
Of all
yeah.
people.
Of all people, yeah.
Yeah, there's a really good video of her. We love Joni.
So some
my
awesome
girlfriend.
performances considering what was going on outside because that was a riot.
Yeah, they were
basically.
sick.
Yeah. We shouldn't have to pay for music. That was a big deal. Yeah, exactly.
Music should be free.
I think it's free when you go see Flipside at 8 o'clock at Hooches and 16 in Granite City, or Rock Bottom, 9:30 at Patrick's in Granite City. Hicktown, 8:30 at Deutsch Village Inn in Pontoon Beach. I'm pretty sure
Played
those
down at
are...
Deutsch yet?
I haven't played at Dueling.
Everybody who plays there says it is a party.
Yep.
Party. People getting up, dancing on the tables. People falling down. I'm just making that part up, but I assume if people are dancing on tables, there's somebody falling down.
I just say it's a place where the crowd listens and doesn't conversate. So that's, I think, what most bands
That's
like
the great
about
thing
it.
about Stagger too.
Good response
Basically listening.
after your songs, that kind of thing. You feel like people are paying attention. Right?
Deutsch. I don't know.
Oh, look at this next one here. I just turned the page.
Yeah, I know.
That's
This is
a blast
monster.
from the past
It
right
is.
there, man.
It is. 80s on the...
Conquest
Pops.
with the Undecided, 7 p.m. at Pops in Sauget.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, man.
And we mentioned that the show they had originally scheduled down at Lincoln Theater with Steve Scorpina and Chrome and Steel and Feel. It was just you two, right? You're going to be playing that one down at Lincoln. That's been postponed, right?
Yeah, it was 3 different sets. There was going to be Steve was going to do an acoustic set, us, and then
Mm.
the heavier stuff.
I got to see Steve and them guys perform over at the Backyard Party back on October 8th.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
it was a
The
fun
cops
time.
came and everything.
Yeah, they stayed and they thought it was cool. And
They
ate.
did.
Mm. Yeah, it was cool.
It was
They didn't
cool when the
shoot it out.
cops show up and say, "Hey man, can I jam?"
Yeah,
Hey,
They were digging
I got
it.
my guitar in the trunk of my cruiser.
yeah.
Things have changed.
Yeah. So speaking of the Lincoln though, didn't you guys go down there and record some tracks or something?
Yeah, so for a couple of the overdubs, I had been there before to see a show, and I had done some just work there for the Keep Live Alive St. Louis thing, if you guys know what that is.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, man, this room sounds really good. So I contacted the owner, and we said, hey, we want to just do some guitar overdubs here, because it sounds like Fillmore-esque.
Yeah.
So a lot of great room sound. So we did that. So yeah, we were excited to play. It's just postponed until 2022, but we'll be over there soon enough.
So is that the tracks with that you recorded there? Have you released that yet? Which track was that?
I
think
don't.
Brother had some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Brother did. Yeah, there's a really kind of quiet rhythm track during the solos, during the 8-hour solos. And then on one of the tracks we're releasing tomorrow, "Make You Mine," I think there might be
Okay.
sort of any of the roomier sounding guitars are pretty much there.
Cool. There you go, man. And instead of being at the Lincoln Theater, you're going to be at the Conservatory.
Yeah, so
you
basically what happened, the show was postponed because somebody within the the other group got sick, not COVID related, but just can't perform that quickly.
Right.
So we were like, well, man, we just really want to play, and we had a lot of people coming out, and so the first place that we thought about was the Conservatory. We had all separately or together had played at Bottle and Barrel, so we knew, and we know Justin and Caleb and all those guys through other things anyway, whether it's through Post or Old Bakery or just the Alton community, which is a really cool thing. So we called them up, and it was like divine intervention. They had a cancellation, so they were more than happy to book us, and it's going to be a cool thing. So it's usually a $10 cover, but I was like, well, let's just make it $5 so we can get more people in there, and it's last minute, and so
nice.
Just trying to whatever.
Right, trying to have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Pioneer Salesman, they're from Alton, right?
Yeah.
Pioneer Salesman, yeah.
They're my favorite local band, probably Nick's too. But we've done shows with them before. I'm real good buddies with Sam, the singer, and I think he writes most of the stuff. So they're gonna play right before us, and then Emily Howe,
Thank you.
is going. She's gonna do about a 30-minute set prior to that, and it's
Now,
gonna be cool.
What do people have
30 minutes is up, ho.
What if people have tickets for the Bell Bell show? Are you going to honor those later, or what if they show up now?
I'm not quite sure. I didn't have anything to do with the booking of that, but they're either going to be refunded or you can use it later. Or something
refunded
like
or another ticket given for the makeup show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So there you go.
So if they show up at the Conservatory with a ticket, not the same thing.
I'll be like, it's real nice. I wish it looked like $5, but
maybe you can. Yeah, okay.
Could I give you my $15 for $5?
Well, I mean, here's the thing too, that like one good thing that did happen when when places started to open back up is that there is proof that both the older generation and our younger generation, we are dying for live music.
Oh yeah.
And the Conservatory is proof of that. I was talking to Justin when we were booking it. I mean, we booked this thing like an hour after the show got postponed, so it's kind of crazy. And I was talking to him. I'm like, man, it's crazy. I'll see 200 people outside on a Thursday at the Conservatory, and
Lofty's Comet must be playing.
something like that. Yeah, I think this was even an open mic.
Yeah, they do. They do well.
But so it's cool. Like people just kind of want to see live music, and so if you can't afford $5 to see 3 hours of live quality original music, then.
Sorry.
You can see us on YouTube. That's fine too, I guess.
There you go.
I just wanted to clarify that for the folks that were thinking that way. I'm going to go this way now since they're going to be down there.
Sure.
You can come this way. Just bring $5.
Right on. Yeah, what's $5?
So there you go. What else is happening on
Well, let's
Saturday
wrap
night?
it up on our Saturday with Dave Horton, 7 o'clock at the Old Time Pub in Highland. The Rollins Brothers down in Troy from 8 to 11. For their second gig of the day.
Right.
And roaming home 6:30 at the Canton Inn in Hillsboro.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
so
man.
That
That wraps up the Saturday night. We got about 6 minutes here. You going to fly through Sunday?
I can do it.
I know you can.
Fire up the jet. Let's get this thing rolling, boys. Cricket in the grilled avocados. See, I messed it up already.
Cricket in the grilled avocados.
I need that education still. Yeah. Cricket in the grilled avocados. I like avocados, don't I? I don't know. 3 to 7 at Chubbys in Alton.
Guacamole.
Naked Soul 1 to 5. Truckers 6 to 10 at Fast Eddie's in Alton. Yep. Cabin Fever 3 to 7 at Doc Holidays and Cottage Hills. That means Mr. McPeak, the younger version, won't be down at the open mic Martin's Tunes and Eats from 3 to 7 with the Shell Shack band. So there may be a substitute band. I heard it might be the SOBs, but I'm not sure. So some form of Kenny McPeak's open mic down at Martin's Tunes and Eats, and that is a blast. You need to get down there and do that. Smash had them on a couple of weeks ago. Did you hear that?
I heard him talking there. Nice.
Anyway,
they had both the McPeaks on, the younger one and the older one.
Yeah. Backwoods Bird and Duo, 1 o'clock at the Hog Pit on Sunday. Terry Beck, 2 to 6 at Grafton Winery. Grand Band, 1 to 5 at Aries in Grafton. Naughty and Nice, 2 to 6 at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield. Guess what happens at the Stagger Inn on Sunday night?
Could it be an open mic with Butch Moore?
It could be.
That's never happened there.
Never.
Never. Except for like 28 years straight or something going on. Open mic night with Butchmore, 6 to 10 p.m. at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. Get there early and sign up or you ain't getting on that stage.
That's right. Acoustic DNA, 4 to 7 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. And I have the Skylark Brothers from 2 to 5 at the Corner Tavern in Edwardsville. Is that you as a Skylark Brother, though, is what I'm asking? No, not you. He's going to be, you're going to be hung over. Maybe. After his show.
We're going to be super tired, that's for sure.
He's like, 2? No, I can't do a 2 show, man.
It's a wild weekend of drummers at the Wildie.
Oh, no.
Because on Sunday, it's Cactus.
Ooh, a little
Carmine
Peach.
Carmine
Peach. He played with Rod Stewart, you know.
Yeah. Cactus is, I like Cactus.
I like Cactus.
Yeah.
The first 2 records are awesome. Yeah.
Oh, man, I love some Cactus, man. La Fora for the Whimsy.
Yeah, that's a different Cactus, but yeah. We're not talking about peyote.
I'm talking about peyote, San Pedro, all of those. They're all very fine cacti.
And Karma to Pieces band Cactus is very good, too.
La Fora for the Whimsy.
Sunday, World Powerhouse Wrestling, the November Rain, 5 o'clock at the VFW in Collinsville.
Be there.
Dave Horton, 2 o'clock at Whodats in Collinsville. Edwin Linson, 1 o'clock at the Old Herald Brewery in Collinsville. The Peoples, 2 to 6, and karaoke, 7 o'clock at Doy's Village Inn. And Scott Marlin, 4 to 7 at Unwind Lounge in Highland. And here's Mike Judy back at it on Sunday. Mike Judy presents 2 shows. The first one, The Bandoliers and Gabe Lee, 8 o'clock at Off-Broadway in St. Louis. And then The Volumes with special guest Varials, Unity, Texas, I guess that means. TX, Unity, TX, right? Kingsman.
What?
Yeah.
They don't have the king.
Maybe it's the Plus Kingsman. I don't know.
I don't think
all you got to do is
Kingsmen are
change
gonna be
one
playing
word,
there.
right?
Yeah.
7:30 at Red Flag in St. Louis.
There you go. Good. Mike Judy's he's on the scene, isn't he?
He
That
is.
guy is
For a
doing
long
lot.
while now, too.
There you
Since
go.
we've been doing this show. Some of the early bands that we had on would talk about gigs they did with Mike Judy.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
I'd tell you about some of the stuff I did with Mike Judy, but you just have to catch it on Pornhub.
Well, let's get him on. Let's find out how he does all that work.
Get him on and get him on.
He's from Bethalto. You know that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with the Eagles.
So
I don't know what's
make
going
sure you
on
get
around
out Saturday night and check out Feel
Oh, yeah.
with the Pioneer Salesman. And what was her name, Big Ben? Emily
Emily
Howe.
Emily Howe.
How are you doing?
How now, Brown?
What time's that show starting?
It's 8 to 11.
8 to 11. What time does Emily come on? She's the only one I'm coming down to say. No, I'm just teasing you.
I mean, if somebody were to say that, it would not be surprising. She's amazing.
I'm afraid she's going to beat me up. She's like, are you the little jerk on there calling me a hoe?
I'm the one that's got to work with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the one who actually said it.
Yeah.
Tyler Armstrong said that, Emily.
So if you show up and feels canceled, you'll know why.
Yeah, or if Tyler's just got a black eye while he's playing. That would
Or
be,
dead.
Not canceled, dead.
I think it would be great if he just had one big shiner and Emily was just sitting there satisfied looking. That would be pretty. What, you don't like this idea?
Huh?
All right,
Whatever. Whatever happens, happens.
There you see. Now I
As long
like
as we
you
get to
again.
play.
That's a rock
Boom.
show right
That-
there.
That's
That
punk
is a rock
attitude.
show.
I don't
love
care
it.
if I got a black eye. I just want to play. There you go. So, hey, thanks to Tyler Armstrong. TJ. Nice to meet you, TJ. You haven't said much, man.
Yeah, good to meet you.
It's because I don't shut up, right?
True.
You can say it. It's okay. and Mr. Nick sitting way over in the corner, owner
Nick
of
Bifano.
Harbor Studios, along with Mr. Tyler Armstrong here. So good luck to you guys on your show. And the single that's double-sided single, A and B side, dropping tomorrow. What is it again?
Hands in my pocket and make you mine.
No, I almost came up with it.
Yeah.
I almost said hands in my pocket and make you come. But anyway, COME.
I don't know what he just said.
Come over here.
Okay. As long
Make
as I
you
knew what
come
you
over
meant.
here.
That's what it was, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So there you go.
You just stuttered a little. I see.
I did. Hey, well, thanks to Feel for coming in. Thanks to everybody out there who's listening. I apologize. I usually apologize in advance, but I apologize now for whatever's happened in the last hour.
That's good.
So there you go. Everybody get out Saturday. See Feel down at the Conservatory. And big,
Halpin Music, go by there,
yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Make sure you update your band instrument Save $100. Well, get a rebate at least.
And if you get a new band instrument, you want to get it insured. Well, you call Matt Van Voorhis and
That's
Macias
right.
Insurance. Get that new Get Fiddle insured. And, the other thing that I would like you all to do is get out and support local music and art.